I'm Jennifer L. Kelly, middle school language arts teacher and author of Lucia Chronicles. Today's video is about PARCC testing, which is the new state test in the state that I live in, and I'm sure a lot of other people are going to be teaching or taking the PARCC test coming up. So this is just a quick video on some of the vocabulary words that I've been practicing with my student, because there's certain academic vocabulary that is testing vocabulary. When we used to have the Ohio Achievement Assessment, I used to teach vocabulary specific to that, and this vocabulary is actually quite similar. And it's really wonderful because when teaching this vocabulary, you can take notes on it and give them synonyms and define the words, because honestly, one of the things I've learned with my students, which I have a large English language learner population, is that if they don't understand what the question is asking, obviously how on earth can they answer the question correctly? So vocabulary is very important, especially with the change in Lexile level. And if you're not familiar with that, each Lexile level with the Common Core standards has pretty much dropped about 3 grades. So what used to be a 9th grade Lexile is now a 6th grade Lexile. So there's a lot of controversy with that too, so maybe I'll save that for another vlog entry. So right now I just wanted to share with you the vocabulary that I've been teaching my students, and not only did they take notes with this, but we're going to be playing vocabulary bingo. We're going to playing a game called Kick Me, where the students wear definitions or words on their back depending on how you want to do it, and then they have to fill out a chart with the opposite on the chart, and it's just fun because it gets them up and moving around and the words are on their back so they cannot see them. There's something called Plickers, which I will post a link to that down below. It's also an app that you can sync on your phone. Actually, you need to sync it on your phone. So there's lots of things that you can do with vocabulary, not to mention simple things like making word searches or crosswords, and there's plenty of generators online for that, or you could always just make your own. So give me 1 second. The list I've been using I'm going to read to you because I don't want to make a mistake. And this list is compiled from EnglishCompanion.com, and it's one that was given to me by my curriculum director at my school. So the 15 words are analyze, argue, compare and contrast, describe, determine, develop, evaluate, explain, imagine, integrate, interpret, organize, summarize, support, and transform. They put compare and contrast as one vocabulary word, and this is called the A-list essential academic words. And I will show you right here that it is a list of the words with synonyms, and then it has the definition. The definition is quite heady and wordy, and it's something that I found would be easy for my students to understand, especially with some of them being English as a second language. So I ended up creating a PowerPoint where I put the technical definition on there more for myself as I presented it to students, and then I was sure to include the synonyms and what I like to call, I teach 6th grade, so I like to call it 6th grade friendly language. And basically we've been working with the words, and some of them are really starting to already grasp them. So if I ask them what does analyze mean when we're doing practice part questions, you know, they tell you right away it means to break something down. And I've been trying not to do too much PARCC. We did a whole walkthrough of a practice PARCC with some Amelia Earhart questions, and it really exhausted them. So we took a week off, and then we're going to do a couple days this week with some literary text as opposed to nonfiction. And then we're going to take another week off, and then we're going to do a practice test, and then they'll have a few days off before the actual PARCC assessment. So I know it's something that a lot of teachers have been stressing about. I have not attended a lot of professional development on it. I know it depends sometimes on what district you're in, what professional development you get. So my 6th grade language arts colleague and I have been doing our best to prepare our students with the resources that we get from you know, the curriculum department and the technology department. So what strategies are you using with your students to prepare them for state tests? I'm not a fan of teaching in the test, but at the same time, with the change in the test, my students need to know how to navigate the computer system, and they need to know how to interpret the questions, since the language is a lot deeper and headier than what they're used to seeing. So let me know in the comments below what strategies you're using in your classroom to prepare your students for PARCC, and as I come across more, I will be sure to make more vlogs about them. I also wanted to remind you that during the month of February, I am doing a writing challenge, 1,000 words a day for 28 days, and you'll come out with about a 110-page novel, which is, in my opinion, a novella, so somewhere between an actual novel and a short story. So the hashtag for that is February is for writers, and I really hope that you will join me and, you know, maybe get a start on a novel or write yourself a short little mini novel. In the meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.